Bird flu or avian influenza is an infection spread from bird to bird. Currently, a particularly deadly strain of bird flu, H5N1, continues to spread among poultry in Egypt, parts of Asia, and Canada.
The current one in the United States, H5N1, I think it is causing deaths in turkeys mainly and in layers, and the deaths are mainly in the northern states of the United States. Luckily for us, we are eaters of broiler meat, and the birds from which the fertile eggs come are mainly in the southern states at the moment, so that Jamaica has not been subjected to shortages or problems with this particular disease.
The status of the flu is that it's not in Jamaica at all. It's in very specific areas within the United States and Mexico, some outbreaks in Canada, really around what the table egg industry, the birds that produce eggs that we eat. This has led the U.S. veterinary divisions there to depopulate those flocks with a radius. There's a very strict protocol and very strict what I would call response teams to the incidents of outbreaks there. Not so much as an issue to try and remedy it, but as an issue to try and contain it within domestic bird populations.
They think it's been spread by wild birds, ducks in particular, and these birds migrate in different directions depending on the time of the year. But when it gets cold there, they come back south through the Caribbean, and they will reach far down into South America, where it's warm when it's winter. In the north, it's warm in the Caribbean and in South America. And this is the problem we're fearing, because if they are indeed carrying these viruses and they fly over Jamaica, the possibility is that they'll bring the viruses with them.
General consumers of either eggs or poultry meat don't have to be concerned. This is not something that can be transmitted to the human population. I'm not saying a virus can't mutate, but as it presently stands, you cannot get it from eating table eggs or poultry meat or chicken like that. It's really about protecting production from this virus, and strong biosecurity measures more so than anything else.
So what should we do if the virus is detected?
This virus, I think, is important to understand that we all have a part to play. Because of the transmission methodology, which is really a wild bird population, our interaction with wild birds it's always present. Always. And as a result of that, how we interact now with domestic birds or industry birds is very important. And that's where that biosecurity break has to take place. Whether it's education, whether it's preparation, whether it's communication, all of those things are very strong tenets in our organization, both here and in the US and elsewhere, because it's that sort of awareness that brings that level of biosecurity up to protect our investment.
They must have proper biosecurity measures, proper safeguards to make sure that their farms remain safe. You don't, in addition to wild birds, you don't have strange people who have no business there walking through your farms. You don't have them, certainly not near to the houses or in the houses. You have the people working there changing into proper coveralls on the farm, and before they leave they change out of the coveralls so they don't bring anything with them into the farm on their clothing. You have trucks and cars coming in, their tires and so on need to be sprayed, and people need to put on artificial gloves, disposable gloves we use, both there and disposable shoes so that they're clean every time you come near to the animals.
If an outbreak is confirmed in Jamaica, that drops straight into the veterinary division's what I would call emergency response. They are very aware of it. They've run simulations. This is not the first time we're facing this risk of avian influenza. Basically, what I would call the procedures are very clearly laid out. In terms of their protocols. At that point, Jamaica Broilers does not have a lot to say or do, because again, it just jumps to a national level in terms of protecting the country.
We would like to encourage the farmers who buy baby chicks from us to make sure they have a poultry house that's properly built and that birds can't fly in and out of them, and other vermin are separated from them, because letting go chickens in the backyard is a no-no.